Look around Columbia now, and it's hard to remember. In the late 1970s, few people were living downtown. The vista we know didn't exist, and long empty historic buildings were targets to be torn down. In 1982, the momentum shifted, led in large part by the Columbia Development Corporation. A nonprofit formed by the city, the CDC gives good ideas a chance to blossom. It has the flexibility to lend money and participate in projects that banks would shy away from. By getting those started, the CDC helps make the very same opportunities attractive for private investors. Then, with the return on its investment, the CDC puts that money back to work on other city ventures. Publix grocery store, housed in the historic Confederate printing plant, was an early CDC investment in the Vista. It paved the way for others, making the Vista one of the most vibrant and successful development stories in city history. The Arsenal Hill neighborhood brought people back downtown. Working with longtime residents, the CDC got it started. 58 new homes, an apartment building overlooking the park, and a program for low-income ownership that made the neighborhood accessible. Historic 701 Whaley in the Olympia neighborhood was targeted for demolition. The CDC provided a loan so that local developers could purchase the building. That gave them the time to find private investors. Today, 701 Whaley is a thriving venue and cultural arts center for all of Columbia. The Palmetto Compress building faced a similar fate. With CDC help, it too has been preserved. The CDC's loan to purchase the building has resulted in a nearly $50 million residential development adjacent to the University of South Carolina. Along with loans, the CDC manages an EPA grant program that's made hundreds of projects possible, from the Nickelodeon Theater on Main Street to the Urban Farm City Roots, to repurposed sites around the city. It's hard to imagine Columbia today without the growth the CDC has made possible over the last 30 years. It's exciting to imagine what the city will become in the next 30 years, with help from the Columbia Development Corporation.